Hey guys, it's Slight Collection here, back with another YouTube video. How's it going on today, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at this Hyper Tough 12 volt max cordless ratchet. This is going to be a really good product for your smaller engine type of mechanic work. You know, you could use this on a car if you wanted to, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'm going to be using this for a riding mower that I have, as well as some other stuff like a bush hog, and not the type of bush hog you're thinking of, a walk behind bush hog, and snowblower and a bunch of other random stuff. I did not get any sockets for this, so I believe you have to buy those separately. And I can look at that really quick. Oh no, there are some sockets included. You have a 10 millimeter standard and a 10 millimeter deep. So you have stubby and deep. I call them stubby. They're the little small ones here. I can show you real quick. A little small one there. It does come with a charger, the just normal slow charger, a 1.5 amp battery, and then the tool itself. These things aren't, the highest quality ever, but they're going to be good for your smaller jobs. Now, the reason I picked this up is normally it is $45. $45 for this thing. Kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say expensive, but for quality of this, I wouldn't say also all that cheap. I don't believe this is brushless either. I believe this is the brushed version, which makes it even cheaper. Not in price, but in quality. I bought this for $18. So, yeah, a bit of a discount. It's pretty nice. That's why I picked it up. It was in the clearance section, obviously, and they had a bunch of other tools that were on clearance, and I was like, I'll look around and see what I can find. They did have a drill kit that came with a bunch of random stuff, like a little, I don't know, a homeowner's kit, I believe it's called. They did have another drill. They had some other stuff, too. I don't really remember what the other thing was called. It was like a little sander-looking thing, but it wasn't a sander. I cannot remember what it's called. But, so if you are looking into getting some clearance tools, I would check out your local Walmart. I can't guarantee that, my Walmart and your Walmart are the same for clearance stuff, but hey, maybe you'll find some cool stuff. So let's just check out a few more things. This is a 3/8 inch drive, not half inch. You got, let's see here, you got 400 pounds of torque, which is pretty good. 2 pounds for weight, it's not bad. No load speed, 0 to 210 RPMs. What else you got on here? About 3 to 5 hour charger. Yeah, it's pretty much it. It's lithium ion. I really thought this was brushless, so that kind of does stink a little bit. Which, I mean, it's not too big of a problem, but it's nice to always have brushless tools. You do have your trigger there, so it's not a normal trigger. It almost looks like a clip. You got an LED work light, so that's actually pretty nice, and battery indicator, which is really nice. You don't see that all the time on tools, especially of like this quality, so that's pretty nice to have. This thing is tiny, by the way. I mean, on picture it doesn't really show, but this thing is really, really small. It's probably about the length of this box, so I would say, I don't know, I don't want to guess, but probably 9 inches, if I had to say. Let me see if I can get a measurement on that. So it's about 9.5, roughly, a little under a half for the length of the box, so I'm assuming it's probably about 9 inches long, maybe 8.5 inches long for the tool, so not too bad. I'm not going to be opening in this video because I actually personally want to use this later on, and if I want to, return it, I don't want to damage the box in the video. You can get a 2-year limited warranty. I do recommend this highly if you get this on a discount. I didn't get it myself, but if you, are someone that, really is rough on tools, I would highly, highly recommend getting warranties. But yeah, that's just, up to you in the moment, of course. So, my just first impressions of this are, since it's not brushless, $18 is that's a really great price. Even $50 or whatever, $45, for something like this, I guess it's not too bad. I would say, maybe $40, $35. I mean, that's pretty cheap, but for a brush tool, I mean, that would be better. Yeah, I would highly recommend getting this brushless if I were you. I mean, the power with a 1.5 amp hour battery is not going to be there. I might actually invest in a 3 amp hour, which I believe is mid range. I think they have a 6 amp for one of these. But make sure you do buy the 12 volt batteries, because they do have the 20 volt, and those won't work with this. I do have a 20 volt hyper tough battery, and it's for a pole saw. And honestly, I much prefer these 12 volt tools. I'm just hoping they get a little bit more variety on these. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be making hopefully a video on this soon. I'm not getting paid for the video at all, but I just am giving you an honest review of it. And I will hope to see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.